One quick video about the engine bay and some of the things I can think of there, and I know I mentioned it in the description and maybe mentioned it in some of the other the little video shorts I've got, but I'll just go over what I can think of real quick. The motor, the guy that had the car and that it had been a project, he had already had the motor work done. Now what the motor work was, I don't know. I have not been into the motor since I've had it. Not even had the valve covers off of it. I've had zero trouble out of it, and so I don't know exactly what they did to it. But anyway, the mechanical part was already done when I bought the car. What we have done is cleaned up the engine bay. If you know, these C4s were very, very cluttered in the engine bay, and so this car, being what it is, it's a cruiser. It's not a daily driver for us. It's something that we like to get out and enjoy on the weekends and in the evenings. And so we cleaned the engine bay up. All this area here, of course, is where the heater box and lines were. So we cleaned all that out, and the AC compressor is mounted here, and took all that out, and the MSD is mounted on the firewall. Now, took out all the smog pump and fittings, and you see I just capped those off where the smog plumbing was on the manifold. Capped all that off. I know I mentioned in the other video, the one thing we were going to do on the car that we didn't do was the long tube headers, because it had such a beautiful sound now, just like it is, and so we didn't want to change that up. So I did clean all the engine bay up. Dressed up the wiring. The plenum here, I told you about the car being in a removable coating in another little video short. Well, this plenum is also in a removable coating. I'm just a fan of red, so I pulled the plenum off and put it in a red Plastidip. So like I said, if you didn't like that, you could peel it and it would be back to the factory look. Let me walk around the other side real quick, see what I can think of. Red top Optima, of course, I think I mentioned that in the description. Large gauge plug wires, MSD distributor. The blue's just blue wire loom, take it off if you didn't like that. Aftermarket fan, I know I mentioned that in one of the other videos. Smog pump was on this side, and this is where it went, if you've seen them. So took all that off, cleaned it up. Again, manifold, smog plumbing capped off on that side, and so it cleans up the engine bay really nice on this car, and a whole lot less cluttered than it was.